G'day folks, Wren here. Today we're going to set up my 2024 reading journal. So I have got a notebook therapy journal this year because Kirsty from Beth Bookish recommended this brand, and I gotta say it's a good recommendation. I've been having a really good time with the journal I got. And just look at the box. This is the box it comes in, and it's stunning. So the notebook that I ended up getting was the Suki Kunoko limited edition bullet journal. It's an A5 dot grid with 176 pages. Has 160 GSM thick paper with a red velvet cover with mushroom design. I tried to match my nails to the cover and I think I actually did pretty well. But this has two red ribbons as notebooks inside, and at the back there is a back pocket, an elastic band to enclose it, and a mushroom paperclip, which is just the most adorable thing I have ever seen. I want all of these. But I have so far been really happy with this journal. The paper is nice and thick, so there has been no ghosting or bleeding, and it's been beautiful. So now that I've showed you that, let's talk about some of the products I'll be using. So most of the products that I use, I get from Officeworks, Etsy, or Paper Cooker. These are the Tombow Jewel Liners. I really love these markers. They're amazing. I'm going to mainly be focusing on a few different colors for a particular color scheme, but these are great and I love them. Next up is the Papermate Flairs for a more refined tip. I am obsessed with these pens. They're amazing and I need to buy so many more of the black ones because I use that black all the time. Then I also have the Staedtler Triplus Fineliner. These are for a really fine tip, and I use these a lot in my journals. Then I have a bunch of washi tape. Like I said, these are mostly from Officeworks. Some I think are from Kmart, and there's also some Paper Cooker ones as well. But I will leave all the links to all these products down below if I can find them. So I have already stenciled in most of my designs just so I kind of knew what I wanted. But let's get into this journal with a mushroom theme because I am obsessed with mushrooms, so I wanted to bring my love of mushrooms into this journal. As you can see here, I have a post-it note. I use these a lot in my journals to plan out what's happening. So on this first spread, I just wanted to put this sticker of the Reader, a tarot card. I got this on Etsy, and if I can find the link, I will put it down below. I really love this sticker because, it's a skeleton and tarot. What more could I want in life, honestly? So the next spread is going to be my goals page. Doing a double spread for this, and I'm really trying to I don't know, go with the flow this year, but I do want to have some goals for myself. So these are not just bookish goals, these are also life goals as well. Now, these stamps I got from Spotlight. I think I had to get 2 packs, one for the letters and one for the numbers. And I also got the ink pad from Spotlight as well, which is just a plain black. Now I'm using the Papermate Flairs in a kind of rainbow order just to bring some color into this spread. So the first goal is to incorporate tarot into my life. Then I'd like to do some seasonal rituals for my paganism. Then we have write 1,000 words a month. So I'd like to get back into writing, which is also why I have a Win NaNoWriMo goal as well. I would like to increase my savings by $1,000, but I would also really love to spend some money and cover up my ankle tattoo, which I don't like and I want something over it. Then we have a monthly memory spread, which was inspired by Kirsty from Beth Bookish. I'd like to do some of that. Then I have to kick the chocolate and chip binge, because I go overboard on those things. And the typical, I'd like to lose some weight in 2024, just for my health. And speaking of health, I want to learn what my autism needs are. I would also like to post twice a week to Instagram, but I would like to take a game day once a fortnight to just rest. Then a monthly journal setup video. Hopefully I can get those out to you. I also like to do a channel rebrand just to freshen it up. I would love to learn Dwarvish because I'm obsessed with dwarves from Lord of the Rings. I'd like to read all of the famous 5 books. They are from my childhood. I'd like to play a D&D campaign, which I got into in 2023. I'd like to complete 10 series. Need to pay off my phone and build my bookshelves in my new house. I'd like to read all of the books I bought in New Zealand in 2023. And I would like to reach up to the point in the Stargate Atlantis book series that starts the new Legacy arc. Then I would like to reach 750 subscribers. This is just a random number that I chose. So if I get there, that would be cool. If not, that's also fine. And then lastly, I would like to visit a new country. I do have some trips planned, but we'll see if that actually happens. Then this next spread, gotta have one of those handy dandy clips. Oof, they are so needed. But this spread is going to be my yearly stats. And I used to track these through my spreadsheet, but I'm no longer doing my spreadsheet in 2024. It just kind of became too much, so I'm simplifying with only having this spread. Now, this spread was inspired by What's Bethany Reading on Instagram. I did get a lot of inspiration for my set out in this journal from her, so please go check her out below. She has amazing journals. So I'm just putting in all of the lines and boxes, and there are so many lines and boxes in this journal, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So some of the things that I will be tracking for my statistics are how many books I've read each month, how many pages I've read each month, the average rating of everything each month again, then the amount of physical, ebook, and audiobooks I read each month. I usually mainly read audio, but I would love to get back into physical reading and not just reading manga physically. Like, I want to read a novel physically. Then I am also going to be tracking how many rereads and DNFs I have each month. So that is kind of how I'm limiting all of my statistics for 2024. I am not trying to go super overboard like I tried to in 2023. We're just keeping things simple in the new year. And then I decided to do a kind of like mushroom forest vibe here, just drawing all of the shrooms that I could think of and putting in some like greenery around there as well. These were just all very hand-drawn. I was really eyeballing a bunch of these. So they're interesting, they are interesting. But it was fun to be able to like doodle again. I haven't been able to just like draw things in a long time. So I had a lot of fun doing this spread. And I'm just using the Fineliners for this. I really didn't know how I wanted this spread to look on the final product, but I just went with this for now. Hint, hint, at the end of this video, you will see how this actually turns out, because it's gonna look a little bit different.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you could never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you could never own.
So the next spread is going to be a look ahead in the year. And did anyone notice that I had a bit of an oops there? In pencil, I had done the number 3 instead of the number 4, so I had to switch that around. So I decided to do a kind of a Dutch door system with this, and it turned out kind of well, actually. So I'm going to be using this spread to track all of my bookish friends' birthdays. So if I have missed your birthday, please let me know because it was hard to find some of these. But I am also going to be using this spread for some future readathons that I know are happening. When I had my spreadsheet, I was able to do a whole year, so I would put in during the months where I knew a readathon was happening. So that's kind of what this spread is going to be. Then I'm using this sticker sheet set that I got at Spotlight, and I thought I would have enough birthday present stickers to use for my friends' birthdays, but I didn't, so I had to use some diamonds as well.
Never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you could never own. I feel this pain, you already know.
If there was one hero product that I was using in this journal, it would be these mushroom stickers. I got these from a local shop and market, so I don't know if you can find them, but these are from Spirit Sisters, and these are really, really good quality mushrooms, and I have just had such fun putting these mushrooms in this journal. They look amazing. The only kind of thing I wish was that they were a little bit smaller, but I wanted to decorate the pages in some way, so I'm just putting some washi tape down. This black one is from Paper Cooker, I believe, but the rest were just from Officeworks. Now we move on to my monthly favorites spread. I got to admit, I love doing titles like this. They just look so pretty, and I really love it. But for my monthly faves, I just wanted to keep it really, really simple, and I'm just going to print out the cover of whichever book I think was the best that I read each month, and I will stick them on this spread here. I didn't want to do too much decorating on this page or do too many colors or anything because, there's going to be so much variation with the book covers. So I'm not really sure how this is going to look at the end of the year. That's going to be interesting to see. But I did make sure the spaces that I allowed for this would fit the printouts that I would have of my covers. Next up, I'm doing the best and the worst of the year spreads. I'm keeping these very, very, very basic because I am still not sure how I want to set it out. I don't know if I want to just do a singular best and a singular worst, or if I want to have like a top 5 or top 10 or something. So I don't know, so they're staying pretty basic. I did also put in this extra little page here so I can write down all the things that I think might be on these lists. So very, very plain. Next up, we have a tracker page, and I have been wanting to do this for years because I think they look amazing. So here I'm going to be tracking the series, and these are not all of the series that I have on the go. These are mainly going to be the series that I want to focus on in 2024. So these are some that either I know I could finish in 2024, or just ones that I have been putting off for too long and I would really, really like to make some progress on them. But I have also done a manga section as well as a novel section because I am very much in my manga era. So we have the manga that I would really love to read is My Hero Academia, A Man and His Cat, Spy Family, Love Me for Who I Am, My Love Mix Up, I Think Our Son is Gay, and Killing Stalking. So the way I've done it is we start at the side of the page with the first volume, and then going from right to left, we do the consecutive volumes because you never know how many volumes are going to actually be in something. Then for the novel series that I would like to continue, we have Tales from Verania, The Extraordinaries, Vino and Veritas, Skullduggery Pleasant, Bright Falls, The Turners, Castles Ever After, Throne of Glass, Lockwood and Co., The Naughty Divorcee, Tales of Inthia, The Murderbot Diaries, Stargate Atlantis, Blood and Ash, Hell's Library, and The Lunar Chronicles. I then realized I missed a few manga, so we have Fox and Little Tanuki, Kaiju number 8, The Way of the House Husband, and Servamp. Then I really wish I would have left all of these to dry for a while before doing the color coding because everything kind of bled a little bit and it was very annoying. But I then color coded all of these with which year I had read which book in the series. So for yellow, I read it in 2020. For pink, I read it in 2021. For green, I read it in 2022. For blue, I read it in 2023. And for purple, it'll be whichever ones I read in 2024. I love a good color coding system. There's just something so satisfying about color coding. So I'm really looking forward to filling in as much of this as possible because I would really like to be completing some series, especially the ones that I have had on the go for a really long time. TJ Clune series, I'm looking at you guys. Also, the highlighters that I used for the color coding, they were just from Officeworks. They are J. Burroughs brand. They are good, despite how frustrated I was with them during this spread. But that was my issue, not theirs. Now we're up to some of my favorite spreads, and these are kind of like my shelves spreads. So I go through all of my shelves and pick out the books in particular genres that I really need to read. So first up we have contemporary and comics. So I just printed all of these out using the sprocket. So we have Unbroken, A Brush with Love, The Parangi Boy, Well Travelled, A Very Large Expanse of Sea, and Mammoth for the contemporary ones. And then I also have these 5-star rating stickers that you can actually write on. These are from Mum and Me on Etsy, and I am just going to, obviously, once I read the book, I will color in how many star ratings I gave it, and I'm really looking forward to doing that. For the comics, I just have comics, mangas, and graphic novels. So we have Gender, a graphic novel, Snapdragon, Monstrous Volume 1, My Hero Academia Vigilantes Volume 1, Project Nought, and Demon Slayer Volume 1. Next up, we have my thriller shelf with From Below, Home Before Dark, Hell House, Olmec Obituary, Gone Girl, and Dark Mode. And then we have my fantasy shelf with Julie and the Phantoms, The Edge of Great, The Wicked Deep, Bite Risk, Piranesi, Ariadne, and the Reformed Vampire Support Group. Then it is my favourite shelf, which is my queer shelf. This has many different genres in it, but all of these books will be queer. So I did a double page spread for this because I have so many queer books. And you know what? I'm not ashamed of that. So we have Grasshopper Jungle, We Contain Multitudes, Waking Beauty, Nothing to Hide, Voices of Trans and Gender Diverse Australia, Sometime Yesterday, Wilder Girls, Friday I'm in Love, Fortune Favors the Dead, Two Boys Kissing, Astrid Parker Doesn't Fail, The Wicker King, and Our Wives Under the Sea. Next up is something I have been trying to do for the past few years, and that is making up my own bingo boards for the year. So for this year, like most other years, I have a queer bingo. And then I also did a Kindle bingo because I did get a Kindle in 2023. So should try and read some of those books. So for the queer bingo, I wanted it to be really bright and obviously very gay. So we have a bit of a rainbow effect going on here. I did like how this looked, despite it looking a little messy. But about then is when I realized that my purple Tombow was dead. So the purple looks a little messy, but that's okay. Like I said, we are embracing imperfection this year. So the categories that I have for the bingo are series, BIPOC, 2024 release, poetry, Kindle, small town, paranormal romance, plus size, manga, Australian author, historical, ace, bi, fake dating, drag, non-binary, disability, book club, gifted, fave author, polyamorous, non-fiction, trans, friend pick, and meant to read in 2023. Whew, that was a lot to get through. But now we have my Kindle bingo, which I'm not doing as brightly coloured as the queer one, obviously. And that was when I realised that I should have waited until everything dried before I started to rub out some of the pencil marks because I smudged a whole bunch here. But for the Kindle bingo spaces, we have queer, novella, paranormal romance, cozy, highest rated, final book, 5-star prediction, TBR vet, horror, disability, new purchase, smut, free space, favorite color on the cover, plus size, BIPOC, 400 plus pages, lowest rated, why do I own this, KU, meant to read in 2023, ugly cover, found family, audio, and a friend pick. Now for this spread, Obscure Pages on Instagram usually does a queer bingo every year, so I'm just waiting for that to be released before I put that in my journal. And then on this other page, I have the queer alphabet. I do this every year and it's always so much fun. It's basically just to find a queer book that starts with every letter of the alphabet. Some of them I will allow, the, an, a, that kind of stuff in it, but sometimes I try and just go for the actual letter. Now here I'm just sticking a bunch of random stickers on here, honestly. So some of these are from Spirit Sister, some of them are from BookBox subscriptions, some of them are just random, and I'm very sorry, these were just picked up at some local markets. Next up, we have the Buzzwordathon, which is run by Kayla from Books and Lala. I hope she's doing it again this year. I really don't know, but she has done it for the past few years, and it's always been a lot of fun. So, because I don't know any of the prompts yet, I am leaving this very, very vague, but I know there's going to be at least 12 prompts because there has been in the past. But for any of these things that haven't been released yet, I will hopefully be able to update you in January when I do my January setup, and I will fill in all of these things that get announced throughout the month of December. But for Buzzwordathon, I've decided to do a bunch of squares and rectangles. So I will put in what the prompt is at the top, and then in the bigger section, I will just put in whatever I read. Next up, we have a recommendation list. So this is just books that people have recommended either to me or ones that they've talked about that I would really like to read. And I would like to remember who I got the recommendation from and why I wanted to read it. So I did something similar, very, very similar actually, in my 2023 journal, and I really liked how that spread looked. It was one of my favorites. Even if I didn't use it too much, I did really enjoy going back and looking at some of these book recommendations from my friends. It was really fun. So I've done the same this time, but I've given myself more space and done another kind of Dutch door system. Always got to try and fit in as many shrooms as I can, even if sometimes I can't fit them in. It's very sad. But I at least got a shroom in there. So I did and about how I wanted this spread to look, but I think for now I'm leaving it kind of basic because I'm not 100% sure about what I'm going to do. These leafy stickers here, I just got them from Kmart, and I just decided to put a bunch of random green leaves on the page. This was kind of to give it that same foresty vibe of my statistics page, and I do go back in later and put more of those leaf stickers all throughout the journal just to keep that consistency. At the time of filming this, Meredith from Reading with Merb had not announced her Bookymon readathon, so I left that page blank for when she would release it and I could fill that in later. More on that at the end of this video. This spread was inspired by Laura's Loaning Library on Instagram, and this is just to track how many books you're reading, how many books you're buying, how many you are unhauling, and then how many books you have on your shelf every single month. And I would really love to track my reading and buying throughout 2024. I think it's going to be really interesting to see all of these numbers. And so you write down at the end of the previous year how many books are on your shelf, and then you were trying to get that number lower by the end of the year. So I don't fill in how many books are on my shelf just yet, because obviously it's not the end of the year just yet. But on December 31st, 2023, I will write whatever number that is. I'm very scared about what that number will be, but we'll deal with that later. So then I also wanted to have a little space there to see how many books I purchased in 2024. And I also wanted to track how many books I unhaul, because I do unhaul quite a lot, but I never keep track of them. So it would be really interesting to actually do that one year. So just doing a bit more decoration, I have more of my mushroom stickers and more washi tape, which I think was from Kmart. Not super sure, but probably. And then, I thought I was done. I really did. But then I went through all of this in the next few weeks and did some updates. If you thought this was over, you would be mistaken. It's been about a week or two since I filmed me actually setting up my reading journal, and since then I have been adding some bits to this. I've been fixing up some of the spreads, adding things, putting in some more decoration, and I've made a few more spreads as well. I didn't film any of them because I was doing them in little spurts, you know, some one day and then some a few days later, and it was just too tedious to try and film. So I'm going to go through everything that I did just as a flip through so you can see the full journal experience. So to start, obviously nothing changed there. There were some additions here. I honestly can't remember which ones I added. Doing 4KU vlogs was also added. Reading 4 anthologies, I think, was also added. So I had some more thoughts, so I wrote them down. Then this is definitely where a lot of additions were made. And by that I mean I just colored all of this in. I think I originally wanted to color it in, but then as I left it all black and white, I was like, you know what, it doesn't look too bad. But then the more I looked at it, I was like, no, this needs to be colored in. And I will say, this doesn't look how I would want it to look. So this doesn't look exactly how I wanted it to, but I don't mind. It's just a little shroomy jungle. And I was just coloring these in with some color pencils and occasionally using some of my Tombows as well. And then here we also have some additions, mainly just in the stickers that we used. And I have added a few more like readathons that are happening. But yeah, I've added some stickers because like I really just wanted to incorporate more design into a lot of these things. And I started using some greens on a later spread, so I had to go back and put some more in there. Most of these ones just came from some of those sticker sets that I showed earlier. So I think they might have come from this one. That was kind of all the additions done there. Nothing was changed here, or I might have colored things in, not quite sure. But there's that. Then again, I just did some more designs, and I filled this in because it just wasn't looking right before. So I added some more stickers, and they came from this pressed flower sticker sheet. So again, I still wanted to leave these spreads really simple because I don't know what I'm going to do, if I'm just going to have like one cover for each, or if I'm going to have like a list of like the top 10s, who knows. Nothing was really added here except for like a few little stickers up there. Maybe series were added, but that's about it. And then, yeah, definitely adding a whole bunch of decoration here, just using some skinny washi tape, some more stickers, and I really just wanted to use up as much of my mushroom stickers as I could. But I don't hate it. And I also really just wanted to cover up how I'd written like "and manga" there or something. That didn't look good, so I covered it up. Again, some more stickers. I started to add some of the orange because I was running out of the red stickers, but they were also from a similar pressed flower sticker sheet. And yep, just some more of my little washi tape. Again, more stuff here, just some little green accents, which came from these, which are from Kmart. And I really, really wanted to use this mushroom sticker because I just think it's amazing. So I had to find a way to use that. Nothing much changed here because there was already enough going on these pages that I didn't think they needed any more decoration. I still don't have the Read Queerly bingo, but hopefully that'll come out. If it doesn't happen this year, I'll find something else to put on that spread. I'm not sure what yet. Here's some more washi tape. Buzzword, nothing really changed except put a sticker here. I again don't have the buzzword for 2024 yet. Again, just some more decorations and washi tapes and a cute little shroomy garden. So yeah, just making things look a little less bare. But yeah, just adding in lots of stuff, and I think it looks cute. The only thing I don't like is that all this green and red is very Christmassy, but whatever. So here is one of the newer spreads that I did. So I decided to do an Instagram tracker and a YouTube tracker. So this is just tracking all of my followers and subscribers, and then just using all of the mushroom stickers that I could down here. I did have to like cut some of the white space around them so that they looked better, but I think it turned out super cute that I got to use all of these. And I tried my best with doing a picture of the Instagram logo with just using my Tombows. So I just did random numbers up to 800. The YouTube one, I originally put in some numbers here, and then I was like, well, I don't want to fill this in until the very last day of 2023 because I don't know how many subscribers I'll have. So these won't be filled in until the very last day of 2023. And then this page, again, just adding in some little decorations here and there. I still haven't filled this in, but that will be filled in, obviously, on December 31st. Now, here's where some new spreads are coming in earnest. So if you haven't seen, I will leave a link down below to Meredith's announcement video for Bookymon, which is a year-long readathon that Meredith is hosting in 2024. I'm so excited. There's going to be a mini round in December where you can get 3 starter Pokemon, which is these 3 up here. And then all of the tools you can also get in 2023. I have kept these spreads really simple because I have no idea how I'm going to set them up, but these borders that I have done are kind of coming from the Bookymon graphics that Meredith has already put out, but I just used the colors that my theme is for this year. So basically this is just, I'm going to stick in, if I can get them small enough, I'm going to stick in any of the Bookymon that I get throughout the year, and I will just stick them over the top. Whatever tools I end up getting in December, I will figure out a way to put them on the spread. I really don't know how yet, but I'll figure that one out. Then I just have this big double spread for the regular Bookymon, which there's 36 potentially. So I don't know how I'm going to set that out, but I have hopefully enough space for all of those. Then we have the monthly Bookymon, which there are 12, so I thought just the one spread should be okay. And seasonal, which I think there is 3 or 4, so got that as well. Then we have mythical, which I can't remember how many, but these are just some random ones that we will get throughout the year. And then last minute I added a badges page. The title annoys me, but that's okay. We're embracing imperfections. I might just stick in the badges. I might write something. I don't know yet. I hope these pages are going to be enough, but you know, we'll see. So a big spread for Bookymon, and keeping the decorations really minimal because these pages are probably going to be hectic. And now onto my favorite spread of the entire journal. I'm kind of obsessed with this. I very last minute decided to do the 52 book challenge because Kirsty from K-Beth Bookish, she does this every year and she really enjoys it. And I adore her, so I was like, you know what, I will give this a go. And I'm obsessed with how this turned out. So I just wrote in all of the 52 challenges and then gave myself some space to write in what book I completed those with. And I will also give them a star rating as well. Then I just used the pages of A Little Princess, which is an old edition, which I love this book, and I have a different edition of it. I have several different editions of it, so I'm going to use this one to... So yeah, I just randomly rip out pages and stick them in because they have a good yellowed effect without me having to do anything, so I like that. Yeah, just ripped up some bits and stuck them all around, and then used some of my green small washi tape as well, and I got to put in another one of my mushrooms. Always love that. I tried to do some kind of edging with one of my Tombows. It didn't turn out how I liked, but we're embracing imperfections. So again, just putting in some little bits and another mushroom sticker. I might put some more stickers in here later, I'm not sure, or I'll just fill up this with 2024 releases. Who knows? But then that is it, because then I'm going to hopefully start my January spread. So that is all of the things I have added. I keep looking at this page. I love it so much. But that is all of the spreads that I have done for 2024. I hope I don't have to do any more, because I'd like to start my January spread as well. But thank you so much for watching this. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope maybe you got some inspiration for your journal. If you have any other spreads you think I should do, let me know. And let me know what your favorite spread of this journal was. Because, I'm also kind of partial to the bingos. I think they're fun. So thank you so much for watching. I hope your 2024 reading is amazing and you get to read some lovely books. And I hope you all have a wonderful year doing whatever it is that you enjoy. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.